High towers. I'm in the courtyard at my mom's residence. It's a beautiful Florida day, about 75 degrees and dry. We're listening to the fountains and seeing the Christmas decorations. Some big Santa Claus air stuff blowing around and dancing. High towers. Before the sea lining the beach, I look to high towers to shade us as we sweat in the sweltering sun. East of the footprint, west of the wave, on sand only shadow can reach. I wait for the slow pulse of Hesperus, for sky to complete its rotation, for starlight to weave a new pattern, for high seas to wash the crude footprints away, to stare at a formless tomorrow, while listening for whispers of yesterday, roll on in sea swells and tides of light that came from an eon ago. Although it is calm here tonight, these towers will sway in the wind sheer and whistle like sirens as they girder the gradient night, to increase or decrease the hemispheres of darkness and radiance, of noise and the quiet of silence. Our prayers become blessings, tipping in exquisite balance till gravity loses its mass. I drift on in flotsam and sing of a daughter once lashed to a mast, untied by the hands of a dolphin, towed by sea creatures to southern seas, to join with the gathered Hesperides in twilight, in rose-washed sky. On unnatural sands where we dream, dreams are just what they seem. Things are remade, or they die. The towers arose before Oceanus, pinnacle, Porsche, regalia, the Ritz and the tallest, the Muse, the estates, the mansions at Aquilina, Turnberry, Jade, each a colossus, and the eldest, the tired Oceania, 4 oceans, the one that I chose, the glassy-eyed Armani Casa, Sunny Isles Beach, the Russian Riviera. From where I am now, I look out at them over these always green mangroves, the wash and rhythm, the wash and rhythm, all things return to the sea. Here are butterflies, hawks, and doves, an Icarus fantasy flutters in transgressive rhythms, clumsy cacophony, arms and wings strapped to a greater intensity, portends no cataclysm, no free-fall catastrophe, transforms our constructs of gravity, finds our intangible shapes in an entity, an unknown identity that lives in subjective inquiry, where a nascent figure escapes back into form as poetry and emerges from words into song. Now I can listen to dawn and tell the low clouds to move on, or ask if our measures will fail with no strong foundations, no systems, no bedrock to anchor our columns, our pillars and piles, our sheer walls. All that I thought I could see was not there. I chose the wind, but where was the music? Lovers came here, not for them, but for me. When it had ended, I looked to the sky. My feet were not grounded. I lived in the air. I was the tower, but clouds were too thick. Though answers appeared, I could not see why. What I thought I resolved survived as a why. Then I was changed, a more intricate I, conflated, deflated, then conflated again. As I stare through a slider, the ocean expands. Aquamarine stretches out to horizon. It appears to be flat, but I know it's a curve. If vertigo comes, I can hold out my hands. I fear no height and welcome the wave, a dizzying effect as blusters pass through. I stare straight down at the faraway sands. I gather, congealed in what vision receives. Though the surfs recede, it returns to continue the surges and cycles that self latches onto. I silt myself down to remake or redo. I see what is there, which is less than what's not. How can such knowledge envision a tower if absorbed by the self, or imagine its power as a pliant philosophy? In ungrounded thought, one element, love, becomes a shapeshifter replaced by the tides, sand through a sieve. That structure can waver, its center can move. If the tower is standing, love is not disproved. Tell me its weight, if it's greater than light, or what it embodies, or how it is made. Is it block upon block, or shade upon shade? Do we look out at day, or see in at night? I love you, Mama.